March 7th, 2023. This is the Wrestling Inc. podcast. I'm Glenn Rubenstein, joined by Alfred Konuwa and NYC Demon Diva Issa tonight to talk about NXT Roadblock. We are on the road to WrestleMania weekend, which means Stand and Deliver, NXT's biggest pay-per-view premium live event of the year. And tonight, a banger of a show on free weekly television, no subscription required. Issa, lovely to see you. Alfred, love that sweater.
Thank you.
Before we dive into NXT,
You like my sweater?
I do like your sweater. Was it really a sweater?
It's a bodysuit. It's mesh.
Looks great.
Yes,
You're slaying.
looks phenomenal.
Thank you. It matches the headphones, and my desk is pink, so you know.
It's important. It's important when matching colors to really get it the exact shade, the exact tone.
Thank you. Thank you.
But before we dive into the results tonight and everything that happened, Alfred, what's going on in the news?
Oh, well, a lot's going on in the news, Glenn, including a familiar face. Vincent Kennedy McMahon seized the headlines last night ahead of WWE RAW as there were developing rumors that McMahon was backstage. Of course, John Cena was back in town. He gave a nice little endorsement to Cody Rhodes that the people loved. Let's go, Cody. And a lot of people thought that it was just because John Cena was in town. Vince was just paying a visit. You know what I mean? That's what he does. He wants to pay a visit. It later came out that reportedly Vince McMahon was in gorilla position the entire night. Not necessarily booking the product, but just getting a feel for things while Triple H was allegedly in charge. And Vince McMahon was also said to have looked different, perhaps sporting a mustache. We are in the era of mustache Vince, so it seems. I do not know. I cannot confirm these rumors, but there are rumors Vince has a mustache. But Vince McMahon one step closer to creative. And judging by last night's Raw, which had some great, not good and bad, it had some great and bad. Issa, do we think that Vince McMahon is back full time?
No. No,
Okay.
but I think his mustache is.
Yeah. Well, it was a thin mustache. Do we have photos? Didn't he also dye his hair? I heard a comparison.
No, but there has been some incredible edits on the internet. Shout out to everybody that worked hard to create all of these beautiful edits of Vicente McMahon.
Yes, people are saying it looks like Gomez Adams from the Addams Family.
Oh, I love it. I need it.
We'll see.
Whoever
man.
has this picture, they don't understand how much money they can make from TMZ or whatever these outlets. If somebody was able to take like a sneak photo with their smartphone, you could be a very rich man, because I would pay anything to see these photos.
Wow.
Really? Anything?
Not anything, but you know what I mean. Between $1 and $57 I would pay to see this. How about that?
Glenn, why don't you grow a mustache?
You should.
I do have a mustache. I have a full beard.
But just a mustache.
Yeah, but just a mustache.
No. I've done that before when I was shaving. Not like what's his face, but no, I've done that before when I was shaving, and it just looks weird.
Have you taken any pictures of it?
Not well of that. Yes. Again, not what what's his face from NXT did, because I have half a brain cell. But no, I have, and I look like I should be working in I look like I should be like a plumber, like basically one of the Mario brothers when I just have the mustache.
That's a good mustache. That's a good mustache. Mario Brothers mustache.
Oh
Mario, yeah, they have legendary mustaches.
So last night I got a haircut today, wearing a mask.
Looks great, by the way.
Because last night I had to go out for a work thing, and my hair was like a helmet of hair. And I was wearing a cardigan, like for the first time ever, and I looked like Mr. Freaking Belvedere. So I looked like Joe Don Baker from 1985, playing a congressman telling you, sorry, we just don't care about the pollution in your small town. Like, I looked the oldest I have ever looked last night, and I could not get a haircut quick enough today just to
I think you look great today.
Well, thank you.
Very youthful. Very youthful.
Thank you. 47 years old as of last week. So
look at that. You look younger than me.
Alfred, hear me out.
Yes.
When Cody loses at Mania, how about instead of taking me to Olive Garden, you just shave into a mustache?
Listen, you know what? I've actually, to be honest, been thinking about getting a mustache. I know Cody Rhodes is going to win, so you know what? I might take that bet. I might show up with a mustache the very next night in solidarity with Cody Rhodes, who had one of the greatest mustaches of all time as Dashing Cody Rhodes. So solidarity.
This is me 24 hours ago.
No, Glenn.
What? That looks like if Mr. Rogers wasn't allowed within 1,000 yards of his neighborhood.
That
I could not get a haircut
Glenn,
today fast enough. Yeah.
Glenn, you look dashing.
You definitely look different.
You look much better today, though.
Yeah, it was. No, everyone's like, oh, you look fine, and I'm just like, I don't know who this person is, but this ain't me. Oh wait, here we go. Here's Mario Brothers, Glenn.
Yes.
I need to see.
Oh, whoa!
Oh, that's solid.
Whoa!
That's
Listen,
solid.
that Glenn cannot come anywhere near my waiting room. That's how good looking that guy looks.
Yeah, he will get all of it.
Yeah,
All of it. You don't even have to take him to Applebee's,
down.
Glenn. You wouldn't even have to go to Applebee's with.
That's a good. Glenn, it looks good. I think you should go with the mustache.
Yeah. I don't want to accept my age, guys. It's just where we're at. Kelvin Alexander.
You're what, 32? It's okay.
Yeah, there you go. Kelvin Alexander, $2 super chat. Mustachioed Vince, greater than Durag Vince.
Hey, that is sacrilegious. Do not besmirch the good name of Durag Vince, which might be the greatest Vince of all time.
It was getting a bit cold a couple months ago, so I ordered a pack of skull caps and I put one on, and I was just like, no. It's like in 2023, this ain't gonna fly. Like, can't
Glenn,
do it.
I am loving this today.
Kite High, $2. Hobbs versus MJF, the little boy special referee
Yes.
Wednesday.
Let's go. I'm rooting for. I think Hobbs is going to win that strap, even though Wardlow just won it. I like Hobbs tomorrow night against Wardlow. I think it's going to happen.
That's happening tomorrow?
That's happening tomorrow on Dynamite. Hobbs is going to get a shot in Sacramento, California, an hour away from Alfred Konuwa's.
Ejaculating on that match. Like, they didn't even let it breathe.
Yeah, they didn't. I hope Brian Cage is on that show because he'll be close to Chico, California. And they're doing what on that match, Issa?
It's premature ejaculator on booking it. Jesus.
I have my doubts about that MJF angle being real, to be honest. Just putting that out there. I'm just, if that happened in front of my black mother, I'm only speaking for myself. MJF would not be fake limping into a fake press conference. He would be rolled into a morgue, okay? And I asked my black cousins, my subscribers on Pro Wrestling Bits, I polled them as to what would happen with your black mother if, in case MJF pours a drink on you in front of her, and with 89% of the vote, they voted that nigga MJF would be dead. That's what they voted. It happened. And I completely agree with them. But they're telling me that it's real.
I also read a report that it was like straight up vodka or tequila on that cup.
Tequila.
And if it would have been me, I would have beat him up just for the alcohol abuse. Like, you know how much these drinks cost at these events? And let's say this mother or lady snuck the alcohol in, which I've done. That's hard to do. So to have MJF just come over and toss it like that, he's dead.
I think it's foul if he did that. I commend that mother for keeping her patience if in fact she was not a plant. Part of me thinks that he independently went over to them and said, this is what's going to happen. That's why the kid was wearing a hoodie. I just see too many rats over here. I just don't think it was real. I just don't.
But wait, you think MJF went over and said, this is what's going to happen? Or
yes!
The crew was...
I think before the show, MTF, Maxwell T. Friedman, went over to them and just smartened them up a little bit and said, this is how it's going to go down. He didn't tell Tony Khan, or maybe him and Tony Khan are working the little angles like they did when he left during Double or Nothing. But it's hard for me to believe that this whole thing is not a concoction.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might be. I've been told, but like MJF has the media wrapped around his finger, so I never believe what they say about him. I think this might have been a shoot or a worked shoot.
Kelvin Alexander, $2 super chat saying, I dig Issa's Pink Panther-esque cosplay. Very cute.
Looking great.
Thank you.
As a kid, man, see, y'all don't know the pain. You see, there's movies called The Pink Panther, and you're like, oh, it's going to be the cartoon?
Yes!
And then, no, it's like some weird French inspector the whole time. Like,
I sat in the theater for 2.5 hours. I was furious.
Such a bummer. What else is going on in the news?
Well, our final news story, it was not looking good, particularly for WWE, as the streaming bubble continues to burst. Mike Ozanian, it was a very great business mind. He tweeted a screenshot of a presentation generated by Wells Fargo Securities. They were analyzing WWE's media rights situation and their prospects. And the main takeaway is that they do not think that Fox will be willing to renew a deal at a higher price. That is not to say that Fox likely will not renew with WWE, and with WWE up for sale, who knows what's going to happen. But if they go through with this media rights negotiation, it is expected by analysts on Wall Street that Fox will not pay a higher price than the $1 billion they paid to get WWE. It could also be something where Fox has some of WWE and they share it with streaming services the way NFL has done in the past. But it's not looking good for Fox to completely re-up with WWE the way they have for the past 5 years, Issa.
Man, my ADHD is very bad because you lost me like five words into that sentence. Something
It's a
about
lot of
Wells
numbers.
Fargo,
Yeah.
and then after that you lost me. But yeah, I mean they paid $1 billion. How much more would they want? I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot in stake here. I do like WWE being on Fox. I like that everybody has access to it, and SmackDown is the biggest wrestling show right now. So I will hope that they can come to some kind of agreement, but we'll see where it goes. I don't care. SmackDown is gonna air somewhere or one way or another, but I do think being on Fox really benefits SmackDown. Look at the difference in the numbers that they do compared to Raw. Like I think it helps them being on a national network like that.
Yeah, maybe that's what in the fastly going viral clip is being explained to Liv Morgan here.
Oh my God, I love that clip.
Wait, what is this? I haven't seen this yet.
This guy, she's not listening at all.
Oh no!
And he's like, you see, because of the current environment with streaming, I mean, Nielsen ratings don't even really matter as much. So when you think about what they're going to get for this, if they don't have a non-linear station or platform, I mean, maybe it could be on.
And she's literally me right now. I don't care.
They say crypto's dead, but that's the time to double down. That's what I'm doing right now.
And she's like, me. I've never seen a more me energy than that clip.
Liv Morgan's got some range. You see, we saw her with that little girl looking very sweet and wholesome, and there she's just a bad chick, not having time for what you got to say.
Randy Hawkins, $2. Alfred, do a promo, have the kid versus MJF. Do a promo of the kid versus MJF as Excalibur.
Wow, that is a very loaded request, but because Uncle Randy is Uncle Randy, I might have that for you on YouTube Bits on the Shorts feed. I might have that for you. I actually like that idea.
Okay, I can't wait.
Anything else in the news?
No other news. The Raw ratings did come out late. Within the last hour, it looks like it did pretty well, up 3%, 1.8 million, over 1.8 million. But good numbers for Raw and a great episode. I didn't like the entire episode. I mean, a lot of parts of it was really good. I was captivated for most of it, and then the finish just over the top great. So
did I not tell you that Jey Uso was gonna find clarity? Have I not been telling you guys since day one? I would love to be acknowledged as the one that was right here about this.
I acknowledge you, but I will say I did watch your reaction to this, Issa, which was amazing.
Roller coaster.
Go over to NYC Demon Diva for the roller coaster of emotions, and that's me. Issa was me as well in terms of we all kind of thought that Jey Uso was going to turn heel, but when they actually did the angle, they sucked you in, and I think Issa's reaction is the best, obviously, in terms of the ups, the downs.
Cody Rhodes came out. He has nothing to do with the story, the story, but here he has to come out and play hero to Sami Zayn. Like, mind your own business, bro. Like, go backstage and let John Cena whisper sweet things in your ears. Nobody called you out here right now.
Did you hear that pop, though? It was a great pop.
What pop?
It was a huge pop.
Ricky Sinclair, $2, saying Glenn is a year younger than me, but 5 years above. Yeah.
I love that.
Is that a Charlotte Hornets hat, Ricky Sinclair? Either way, shout out to Ricky Sinclair.
That looks like a Miami hat. Yeah.
They're saying Tom Brady might come back.
Please, he's taking care of a kitten. Come on.
So let's talk about Roadblock. Tonight, NXT, we opened with a Tiffany'S Epiphanies segment from Tiffany's.
I thought this was great. One of the best things in the show.
Yeah.
She was really good. She's getting that championship match Mania weekends, stand and deliver. That's the main takeaway from this. We knew it was happening, but now it's looking official. And then we opened with a match that I think was hard to follow. This was shockingly phenomenal.
The GOAT.
Yeah, because it's the first match. And I was like, well, this will be good, but let me tell you why it was shockingly phenomenal. One, Tony D'Angelo won. I really thought the Hijack was going to get a win and we were going to be pissed off. And there was going to be some shenanigans.
I never doubted the Dom. Thank you.
Okay. Well, no, I'm saying this was a shockingly great match because it was the first match on the show. And I think it was tough for anything to follow this tonight.
Yeah.
This was so physical. Even the stuff with Stacks and the cage. Some of the spots.
Stacks is a real one. Stacks is a real one.
It's the GOAT. Is our GOAT getting soft? Because, Tony D'Angelo from like a year ago would have just let him get his head crushed in that jail cell. But he showed sympathy and empathy for
Well,
Stacks, and I
Don
thought it was very sweet.
Corleone, was not a merciless man.
That's true. We're seeing the evolution of Tony D'Angelo.
I think that Stacks has proven himself to Tony,
Yeah.
and that's why we're seeing the evolution. I think if Stacks would have not proven himself, then he would have not cared.
Yeah.
The Tony D'Angelo universe is kind of like a mini bloodline. I think they need more characters and stuff like that to work with to really expand this thing. But it's kind of has those vibes in terms of the character development.
They were going there. Yeah. I love this match. I loved everything about it. I love the role that Stacks played. I love how physical he was. I love at the time that we saw when he came out with that crowbar, I was like, oh, it's over. At one point, Stacks took a chair to the face.
Yeah.
That looked crazy. Also, there's something with Dijak. Sometimes he's doing these crazy dives and moves that a guy his size should just not be able to do. And I can't help but to admire it because I feel like there was so much time wasted with him playing that other character. I kind of Men in Black myself, so I forgot about it. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I really, really like this. I love what you said. I don't think I felt so disconnected from anything else until we got to the main event after this match because it was that good.
It was so tough to follow. And Tony, so over with the crowd.
Of course,
Very.
we've been telling these people since the very first video package, though, Glenn.
Okay, so if Tony gets called up to the main roster, and Tony and the D'Angelo crime family feud with Roman, who are you cheering for, Risa?
What the hell is that question?
That's a great question. I want to hear the answer. I'm cheering. Me personally, it's Tony D. But
Absolutely, Tony D. I mean, man, like that kid's got it, man.
I thought this is great. I love this match. They were telling a story. It's funny because Dijak, I don't care much for this gimmick, but this is now 2 pay-per-view caliber matches that he had where he opened the show and nobody could follow it for several matches. Like this guy, obviously, we've always known about Dominic Dijakovic or Dijak, whatever. We've always known this guy can work his ass off. Yeah. However, this character, whatever, I don't like the character, but I still love him in the ring. I think he's gotten better, to be honest. He seems like he's gotten in much better shape.
This was a great match. In terms of match quality, this was the match of the night. This could have closed the show.
It was great.
This was phenomenal wrestling. Love Tony winning. Such a hot opening to the show. Mia Lee, $4.99 super chat saying, Tiffany is so WWE and marketable. Love her. Is it me, or can you all see Theory versus Mello at main event Mania Day 1? Gigi versus JC, last woman standing. Next, I love Wes. So
hopefully, if Theory gets to the main event, then he deserves to be a main eventer. Like, I thought Austin Theory was fine. I think he's the greatest thing ever. I thought he was fine. But that promo John Cena cut on him last night, like, I know what they're doing. I get it. They're going to make him sink and then swim. And I think he's going to win that match. But my goodness, did they not play to bury that guy?
As a big Roman Reigns fan, I had such bad PTSD because John Cena had that exact same smug smile on his face that he did that very first promo battle that he had with Roman Reigns where he just destroyed him. He just has this smile where you just know you're like, he's gonna murder this kid. Like, you just know it. And he hasn't even started talking yet, and I was like, R.I.P. Like, I knew it was coming. And speaking of that, not to get off topic, but speaking of smug smiles, man, Logan Paul healed it off last night, and I loved every second of it. He had that smirk. It's so good. So good. They did such a good job setting up these matches last night. It feels like WrestleMania season, and I love it.
Yeah.
Logan Paul was built for this. He was born for this. Yeah. Between him and Dom, I don't know who the best heel in this business, not in WWE, in this business is. And that was an incredible promo.
Yeah.
Kelvin, $2 saying they're all in with Tiffany Stratton.
They should be. She's got the look. She's got it. She's got it.
Yes. And then Dream Realm saying Glenn is my uncle too.
Hell yeah.
Glenn is everybody's uncle.
So, what had the unfortunate position of having to follow that tonight? I already forgot. This Kiana James shit. Okay, this is back to being lame.
Back to being lame? I'm starting to get into
messy. It's messy.
Okay, so we just found out we were led to believe she wasn't cheating on him, and now they're adding another layer of mystery where, well, maybe she is.
Anybody could buy you roses. I can buy myself flowers. Shout out to Miley Cyrus. You don't know who these roses came from. Thank you very much. You're just doubting her. You're just doubting her.
Wait, do you think that's going to be the payoff? Do you think she's literally going to say, I can buy...
First of all, have you never seen Clueless? How she started sending herself things to attract the boy? Like, girls do that shit, okay?
I understand. But do you think the payoff is literally going to be her saying, I can buy myself flowers?
Yeah, I would love it because that song has been stuck in my head since it came out.
Let me tell you, they play that song on MTV Spain like twice an hour.
It's so good.
I've seen that music video so many times.
What if Josh Briggs sent her those flowers? I've always known she's been trifling since day one, but now we're getting into the weeds of the storyline. What if it was Josh Briggs who sent those flowers? Because she made it a point to take the name tag off and whatnot.
Because she didn't want them to know that she sent them to herself.
Yeah, Jonathan Torres saying it's the assistant.
That would be a great angle. You know what? They should do an angle where the woman is cheating on the man with a woman. What's wrong with that?
Well, I would love it.
Wait, didn't they do that? Wasn't that?
I feel like they have.
Wait, that was with Lana. Wasn't that with
Lana and Liv Morgan? Yeah.
That's right. Lana and Liv Morgan. Yes. Progressive. In the Vince McMahon era, no less.
Yeah, I'm sure Vince thought I'm a trailblazer. God damn it! Where's my GLAAD award?
Somebody said Glenn is the uncle that tells you to get your life together. I love that. I'm going to change your contact name on my phone to Theo Glenn.
Kelvin Alexander saying, Gear Bueno, save that segment. So, yeah, I just think this thing with Brooks and Dunn is back to being stupid. Like,
I liked it. I liked it
because I thought from the beginning it was dumb.
But when are they going to wrestle? When are Kiana Are they? I mean,
I think they're not only going to drop the titles because they have to wrestle to drop those titles to whoever's going to challenge. And then after that, they're going to, I think between now and Stand and Deliver, they're going to drop the titles and then they're going to have a match.
Okay, but here's my point with this. These are your tag team champions. This storyline is beneath anyone with this storyline is beneath a 24/7 championship. This is so dumb.
I wouldn't go that far.
That somebody's virginity.
That's not the story.
Giving yourself to someone that you love for the first time has no importance.
I think they should wait till marriage.
Glenn is the kind of uncle that tells you gotta wait for marriage.
Hell yeah, Unc.
Wow, Kenny digging deep with the feelings here, saying, I know a girl who buys her own flowers and posts it for clout as if someone else bought them.
That does happen. That's a very common thing. You know what? To be honest, it's usually the most beautiful women where people are too intimidated to do that they do that, which is unfortunate.
Is that a thing where, like,
yes?
Wait, this is someone so attractive you're too intimidated to?
1,000%.
I think people say that. I think people use that as an excuse. Like,
it's something that nobody hits on them, but usually the people do have like too much confidence. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna start. That's gonna be something I think. You know what my problem is? People are so intimidated by how good looking I am. It's very tough. People don't understand the prejudice that I experience because of how attractive I am.
I am in the 1% too.
People always tell me that I'm intimidating, but I don't think it's a good looking thing. It's just like the resting bitch face thing. Yeah. It's a whole different issue with me.
But these are your women's tag team champions. It's like those titles are being held in this. Like, this is beneath Friends or Three's Company. This is just.
Tell me when they have held these titles to what high standards in NXT.
That's true.
That's true, but that doesn't make it right, because I agree with you, Glenn. That's been my problem with this angle, is that they're doing it with these tag team titles. They did not have to have the tag titles as part of this.
No.
But I'm slowly starting to get roped into this. I want to see who is she cheating on him with? What's going on? What's going to be the payoff?
Okay.
And then obviously Dunn or Brooks, was Brooks and Josh Briggs?
Briggs and Jensen.
Jensen is going to get together with Fallon Henley.
Okay. So let's ask this question. Issa, to you first. Kiana James is cheating with someone, and it has to be someone on the NXT roster, male or female. Who's your pick?
Ooh. Do I go with somebody that I will pick for myself?
I mean, in the storyline.
If it's a female, I'm picking Tiffany Stratton.
Well, yeah.
If it's a guy, I'm picking Grayson Waller. No, you know what? Trick Williams can get it.
Yeah.
He's been on my list. He's been on my list.
I just think it would be funny.
Can you imagine the payoff? And he's a virgin, and he's just been like cuckolded by his businesswoman girlfriend.
If you're a virgin, you don't want to follow Trick Williams. Let me tell you something.
I will be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a virgin forever. Turn around and just leave.
Alfred, so is that your pick as well?
Because I want to hear him talk about it at the barbershop. I want to hear him go to the barbershop and talk about what happened. I think it'd be hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're unanimous. I think Trick Williams is who she should be cheating with.
Oh my God, now I need this.
Tricking ain't easy. Respectfully, Trick Williams.
Yes, very respectfully. We don't mean anything. We're not objectifying anybody.
Yeah, no, not at all, but
Gallus and Pretty Deadly had a face off tonight.
Pretty Deadly. Who knew they were going to be such? Because I would watch them in NXT UK. They're one of the only acts I would watch in NXT UK, and I thought these guys are going to be tremendous heels. But I watched this show, and I'm like, man, these guys are going to be such great baby faces. Like when they win those titles back, oh my God.
I love Pretty Deadly. You guys know this. This segment was very British.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very, very British. But yeah, I'm still high on Pretty Deadly. I want them to win the tag titles back immediately.
Yeah, it's going to be a good moment too, because like they still haven't told us anything about Gallus, but I think they're just setting up so that they can have somebody for Pretty Deadly to beat, and it's going to be a big pop at Stand and Deliver. Hopefully, is when they do it.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, they got into it, and this was good. So Braun Breaker, Creed versus Indashir and Jinder Mahal.
Third Creed brother, baby. They're all matching. I'm telling you, he's just got to be the. Forget the Steiner legacy. I'd rather him be a Creed brother at this point.
Alfred.
I love it. I love everything about it.
This match was okay.
This is a fine match. This is not the greatest match. But...
Yeah, I mean, like your NXT champion was in the bathroom break match tonight.
Yeah,
all things considered.
Somebody on my chat earlier said that it looked like a Raw versus SmackDown match because of the red and the blue. And I couldn't unsee it after that.
That's hilarious.
I thought the Creed brothers looked good here. That's all I have to say.
I like the finish. I like the Julius Creed's. No, it's a Brutus bomb, the Brutus cannonball. That is going to really get over if they just keep doing it. They already have the T-shirts, so just have them keep winning matches like that.
Randy Hawkins, $2 saying I think Briggs and Fallon may end up together.
Yeah, it
seems like
that's where this is going.
I already thought they were together already.
I hated it for the when you guys were loving it. I felt like I was the one who just didn't like it. I didn't like the acting. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the fact that tag team titles were being held hostage with this. I'm slowly starting to get into this.
Well, because
this is my team.
Yeah, but now if the payoff isn't Trick Williams, we're all going to be sorely disappointed.
I know. Seriously, you see, you went and now we're going to be over expecting it.
Call HBK. He's got me blocked on Twitter still. Suggest
Does
that.
he
Wait,
really?
you're blocked by him?
No, it was
What
one of
did
those
you
things.
do?
Same thing with JBL. It was one of those things
Does
where
he have me blocked?
somebody tweeted something mean at him and tagged me and a bunch of other people, and he's blocked everyone. JBL did the
Hold
same
on, Sean. He blocked.
Oh, you
He
got
blocked everyone. No, I'm not blocked. I don't follow him, so I had to search him.
Does Teddy Long have you blocked?
You know,
Who?
that's a good question.
Teddy Long, I never
Teddy
checked.
Long.
Yeah, he blocked
Remember,
everyone.
he went on this spree where he just blocked essentially
I
everybody.
think he was hacked.
Yeah, he
Wasn't
was
he?
hacked. And I'm clicking on right now, and I am not blocked. Not blocked. Oh no, this is not even a real account. Okay, never mind. I'm still blocked.
Well, speaking of HBK, let's talk about the Grayson Waller effect with Shawn
What the
Michaels.
hell? I'm blocked.
Yeah, I don't think he was hacked, man. I think he just
He just
I think he's got
screw
time.
all
Shut
that.
up, Alfred.
Yeah, I'm still blocked too, for sure.
I don't have a blocking issue. I have a muting issue. I love
Okay.
muting everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
If Elon Musk wants to make you pay for the blue check mark, he needs to make you pay for the block button because I'd pay for that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
So Grayson Waller, HBK tonight. Let's talk about the headline as predicted on this very podcast
Yes.
for weeks now. Johnny Gargano is coming back to face Grayson Waller at Stand and Deliver.
Grayson Waller, he was mean here.
Yes, but he was good. He was so. I was watching him the whole time, thinking like, this guy's so ready to be on the main roster. Like, this is a main roster promo in NXT.
Yeah.
No, I think he's gonna win, and they're gonna take this feud to the main roster with them.
Yeah, but talk about long-term booking. People say long-term booking is dead. Not in NXT. I knew. We've been saying it for weeks, but as soon as it says it's not gonna be me, it's gonna be this person, I was like, yep, I mean, what does that tell you after the disrespect that Edge showed for Johnny Gargano last night, which was freaking ridiculous? Like, people want to talk about Cena burying Theory. No, Edge bury Gargano, and then he shows up on NXT. Man, I didn't like that. I didn't like what Edge had to say, but I love this segment. I thought if HBK was also great, held his own, but Grayson Waller has it.
Yeah. Good.
I thought it was great. I love this segment. They even gave him the line about Triple H's heart attack, which I was like, whoa,
that was crazy.
Are we talking about that already? Grayson Waller was phenomenal. I thought Shawn Michaels was great, and the crowd was really great about like cheering for him and stuff like that. But Grayson Waller, like, he was great this segment.
Yeah. Calvin Alexander, $2 saying, I don't blame Briggs. Fallon is fine.
Yeah. Good looking young lady.
Sorry.
How fine is she, Glenn? Come on.
No, I was just saying, what if that was all four of their gimmicks? That they were like really into like church group, and they were all saving it for marriage and had purity ring. And they went around preaching that. And you know what? There were those people that were like, and you need to start practicing side hugs because you don't want to be crotch to crotch with somebody when you're hugging them. All Christian side hugs.
They'd be like the Christian Chase U, like this.
Yeah, they could be the purity gang, but not like in a alt-right sort of way, in a chastity sort of way.
Give me a C, give me an H, give me an R, give me an I.
Dux, we are going to talk about Roxanne. I wanted to open for Roxanne. We've got so many thoughts about Roxanne in this ending, but I mean, I think it just needs to be said. Everybody knows that ending was a work. If that was not, no X's were thrown up. The camera, the ambulance, like that all.
My favorite thing was when she collapsed and a bunch of referees came down like it was a brawl that needed to be broken up. I was like, shouldn't it be medic coming down? Then they get in the ring and then they start calling medic, and I'm like, yeah, you know, like what a referee's gonna do to a collapsed girl in the ring? Like, it made no sense.
And I just want to say, for the record, I am the most easily worked by an injury angle person, and like I'll be tweeting out condolences and well wishes for a quick recovery, like during like, and I'm not even keeping it kayfabe. Like, I'm so easily worked by this, but tonight it was kind of like, no, this is absolutely part of the storyline. Especially
because it was inspired by Shawn Michaels' angle in Shawn Michaels' NXT, where he fainted. So they're basically booking this entire man's career before our eyes, which is fine. But I was hoping, because I like this match, Meiko Satomura beat the hell out of Roxanne Perez. There are times where she's a great seller. She's great at selling as a babyface, but like there are times where it wasn't necessarily selling. It was just like, man, this one is a little stiff for me. Yeah. And I thought she was great. I thought she was going to turn on Roxanne and kick her head off or something, but they went with the Shawn Michaels angle.
We will talk about that all in great detail, but there's one more match.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Actually, one match and 1 segment before we get there, and I want to hear all your thoughts on this, Alfred. But I just don't want to forget this: JC Jane versus Gigi Dolan tonight.
Oh yes,
great quick. The promo that Gigi cut last week was incredible.
Why did they do the match so fast though?
Mm-hmm.
It should have been a stand and deliver match.
I think it's going to be. I mean, the speculation is going to be last woman standing. Or
either that, or they're gonna. I was thinking they might even do a best of 3 where they're gonna have a match in a couple of weeks before. But this was set up for another match to happen.
Yeah. So this felt very fast and abrupt given the build that we had. But I think that Gigi winning and then JC attacking her after was very well done.
Yeah, I agree. Very fast. A lot of the match happened in picture.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like you guys said, it was a setup for another match. I would appreciate it a couple more weeks of a build up and having the first match as stand and deliver. But I think we're gonna get there still. But I think first time match should have been at the pay-per-view.
I don't think they were expecting that promo to get the incredible reaction it did last week, because I think more people were I mean, this was the match myself and a lot of other people were looking forward to the most. And they've really got to keep elevating this for stand and deliver to not let it get cold.
Right.
Yeah, and I thought this was a big time match, but maybe this was like a timing issue because they did go long, but like they started with Gigi Dolan already in the ring, and it's like I expected the whole regalia for this. They did show the storyline and whatnot, but
bet her new theme music isn't done yet. Bet her new theme.
No, they had her new theme music though.
Did
she
they?
had, if that's the music she's going to be using, it was definitely different music.
Don't even remember it.
Yeah. Hopefully she does have different theme music, but I think that they were running long, and so they just had to have
Oh,
Gigi
speaking
sing.
of that, can I rewind it for a second? Did they change Jinder Mahal's entrance music?
They
Or
did.
is that like, oh, that I will never forgive them. That was
Yeah, me
that
neither.
song
Yeah, that
slapped
was
the
really good.
hardest in all of it. Like, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm not letting that go.
Wow, Calvin saying for as long as they teamed, they didn't have chemistry against each other tonight. The
It
match
was a little
rough.
sloppy.
Yeah, it was not the greatest match at all. And if they're doing a last minute standing match, it'll give them a little more freedom to brawl and stuff like that. But I'm not very excited about the prospects of a last minute standing match if that didn't deliver.
Yeah, they should have found a way to delay this tonight, whether it was JC like running away and so they have to do this in a cage, or JC could have attacked her, like something.
Yeah, they've been doing such a good job of telling a lot of these long-term stories where they could have gone another 4 weeks. They've teamed for so long. Another 4 weeks is nothing of promos, because when we saw them cut promos on each other when they were just pretending to be mad at each other against Roxanne, those were great promos. So they could have just kept doing another 4 weeks of that, and I would have been hot for a JC versus Gigi match.
So in a move that surprised no one, Braun called out Carmelo Hayes tonight, and stand and deliver for the championship. How much heat is this going to have? Is this going to have more heat than Braun versus Apollo did?
It definitely will. People will be with Melo, as they should be. I think Melo's going to win this. And I liked how they vibed off each other. This did not seem like it seemed more like something you'd see on Creed 3, like two people who used to be friends and now they have to fight each other, and may the best man win. But it wasn't done in this fake babyface versus babyface role. It's, Melo was being a heel and Braun Breaker was being a babyface. And I'm looking forward to this. This seems like a big match and the fans seem to be very into it.
It's the biggest match they could set up right now, and I'm so excited for it.
I mean,
in NXT,
Tony D'Angelo make it a triple threat,
right? But I need Tony to get there whenever he's gonna win. I don't want to see him in any more title pick. Like, I don't want to see him in title matches unless he's winning. But as of right now, singles, I think this is the biggest match they could set up.
Yeah,
I'm hyped. I'm hyped for it.
I think it's gonna be a very good match, and I think people are
gonna
be into
be
it.
At this stadium at 10 a.m. to see it live, but I'll watch it.
That's the biggest challenge they have. I think last year they learned that was a weird NXT premium live event.
I watched it at a tailgate party on a projector, like already at AT&T stadiums, like parking lot. You know what I mean? Like it's asking too much. I think this might be easier because 10 a.m. you still have time to kind of like change your outfit and head over to SoFi. But
at Staples Center.
Yeah, at 10 a.m.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the big thing. And I'm not even that far away from it, but I don't want to go downtown on a busy traffic day and like have to deal with that at all.
No,
downtown LA.
It's at least 40 minutes. It's like 40 minutes.
And you're
talking. Day.
Yeah, and you're talking about if you rented a car. It doesn't matter if you Uber it, you're gonna pay a lot of money. But if you rented a car, you're paying parking at 2 big venues on the same day. You're gonna be broke. You're not gonna have time. You're not enough money for day 2. Just
that
show's
parking gonna be fees. Mostly tourists. People who were from this area are gonna be like, "There's no way I'm going to LA right now."
You can take the train, right?
You can take the metro.
Am I parking my rental at your place? Am I parking my rental?
Why not? Great. I've got space for you guys. You can park the rental so you don't have to pay for that shit.
Wow. Calvin saying, I'm expecting another fishing with Braun segment.
I'd love that. You know what? That should be his thing. He should just take off his opponent's fishing. It's another. I want to see him and Melo fishing.
No, and then he takes Tony D'Angelo fishing. There's like, I'm not falling for that shit.
He ends up sleeping with him.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what?
They got Fredo.
That's great long-term booking. Is we just keep doing fishing segments till we get to the guy who will make you sleep with the fishes.
Yes. Tyler Bate is helping Thea Hale. They were meditating.
That was wild.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about this segment. And obviously, who's the guy, the Australian guy? He's going to turn.
Tyler?
No.
Card
poker guy.
Duke Hudson.
I think he's turning.
Yeah, so JJC and Schism took on Andre Chase with Duke Hudson. Schism won. But look, they've left this open. We got to have Thea versus Ava Rain. That has to happen to stand and deliver. That's got to be the payoff to this.
You're really pushing this match. It might happen.
Yes.
They're pushing something.
Well, I mean, this is one of the bigger stories, one of the more, well told. There's actually a lot of really good, well told stories in NXT right now, which is why this whole Kiana, Brooks and Dunn thing is just kind of. cheesy by
You don't think
comparison.
this is I'm liking it, man. It's growing on me.
I liked it the first time, but you can't have it like, no, she's not cheating, but maybe she is.
But that's the thing is that, and by the way, since day one, where they suggested she wasn't cheating, that guy, I never believed a word she was saying, and it turns out she's going to be a heel all along. I think this is all plot to buy that land.
As long as she gets the bar, as long as she somehow ends up with the bar, I'm in
I
favor of this. However this ends. Ramit with the super chat, May 27th, 2023, the WWE King of the Ring, and from Saudi Arabia, and the 28th of May is AEW Double or Nothing in Vegas. I think Tony Khan shot himself in the foot.
I wouldn't necessarily say that because Double or Nothing have been going on the same weekend for the last 3 years, however old. AEW is, I think this is a direct, I think this is WWE just being WWE.
They're counter programming. WWE can put on a show like that on shorter notice, and they see the AEW's. They consider Double or Nothing to be the WrestleMania for AEW. So WWE counter programming their biggest show sounds right.
And they did it for I think Double or Nothing and All Out as well. Those are the two that they try to put something against it, because they did it with an NXT show, I believe, last year. Remember? Yeah. So, but it's gonna be a fun weekend of wrestling for us. I'm glad WWE is switching outside of WrestleMania the pay-per-views to a Saturday. I'm a big fan of that. It's just gonna be a lot of freaking wrestling to cover. Yay! Can't wait.
But after this, when Thea was feeling okay about starting to overcome her fears in spite of the loss, then like Duke Hudson's had enough. So it's probably gonna be Duke versus Andre 1-on-1 coming up here pretty soon. Maybe for control of the university.
Oh.
Okay.
Randy Hawkins 5. Issa's just over it. Issa's over everything.
Yeah. I'm always over everything.
Randy Hawkins $5 saying, I heard on 83 Weeks they said Braun should change his name to Bronson Steiner.
Okay.
Rex Steiner.
He said that's what you should do with super chats on your channel, is you should just read it and be like, okay. Just no sell it.
Basically, I literally basically do that.
Yes. So the main event tonight, Roxanne Perez versus Miko Satomura for the NXT Women's Championship, and Miko taking Roxanne to her limits in this match. Issa, I'll start with you first.
I really enjoyed the match. I wish I would have given them a little more time. I hated that it started and it immediately went to commercial right at 10 p.m. Like, I hate when they do that. But I really think it delivered. I think that the angle at the end makes sense with the story that we're telling us, with Roxanne training so hard to try to overcome her, etc. I know I said this to you guys 2 weeks ago, and Alfred loved it. I really was hoping for a third or maybe Miko winning here. But man, Roxanne kept up with her. She looked tough here and she outsmarted her. So I got to give her props. I think this is, I know she's only had 2 title defenses, but this is my favorite one so far.
Alfred.
Yeah, me too. And I absolutely loved your idea, Issa. You knew they were doing something with Roxanne overtraining with Miko, and she just keeps training, trying to prove herself. And this is fine. This is a Shawn Michaels inspired angle where she faints, but I liked your idea better of Booker T throwing in the towel. And they did incorporate Booker T in this angle still, where he came out after to make it seem more real. So this is fine, but I just thought that Miko Satomura, her stuff looks so good, and maybe it was a little stiff because Roxanne did seem like she's getting rocked a little. Yeah, but I thought this was a very good match. I really liked it, and I was very much hoping that Miko was going to win. And when she didn't win, I was hoping she was going to turn. But now they're doing the thing where Roxanne had the concussion, and it'll be interesting. Maybe they will go Miko versus Roxanne at Stand and Deliver, but maybe that'll be Tiffany Stratton.
I mean, we'll see. But I think the idea of saying this literally took everything out of her to win this match is interesting. I mean, she looks strong. Of it. Well,
yeah.
I mean, sometimes.
Oh no! Come on, let's hear it.
No.
What happens in 10 minutes?
Sometimes you can do a really good match in 10 minutes. That's all it takes.
Sometimes that's all it needs to be.
Yeah.
No, look, I think this makes Roxanne look very strong having this victory. I think they keep Miko looking strong by having Roxanne. Miko was holding her hand up, then she fainted, and at first people were like, oh, did Miko do something? Is this a heel turn? Someone in the chat Baby Ice that said maybe Isla Dawn cursed the wrong person, and that's why Roxanne passed out.
That's hilarious.
That would actually be brilliant storytelling to explain this. But no, I think this segment, I mean, yeah, it's very HBK Raw 95 recreations. So I think good for Roxanne, but man, like I have a feeling Tiffany Stratton's not winning Stand and Deliver weekend, and that bums me out. Because I think it'd be a lot of fun.
That? Stop manifesting negativity into
because
the
you
world.
you don't have Roxanne Perez beat Miko Satomura if 3 weeks from now you're gonna have her drop the title.
Yeah, but it took everything out of her.
That's the thing. If she beats Miko and she's injured right now, that's an out for her to lose.
She's not injured. She's just like dehydrated.
Tiffany just needs to be able to go over 10 minutes without getting dehydrated.
As long as you keep water on the nightstand, that can be done.
Yeah.
So
intermission.
We hope Roxanne is okay.
Sorry,
no,
we do hope she's okay. I'm pretty sure she's okay, but
I'm pretty sure she's okay.
This is going to help the storyline moving forward with her match at Stand and Deliver. The storyline is going to be: is she going to have enough? And maybe she won't, and I'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see, and this is maybe a deep reference, but a Roxanne Perez "Tell Me a Lie" music video, which is a music video they aired for Shawn Michaels when he fainted, and they made it seem like he was going to retire. And I may or may not have cried watching that as a child. I may or may not.
Did you cry?
I may or may not have.
Oh, wow. I'm not even going to say what I'm thinking right now.
I'm not saying I did. I'm saying I may or may not have. I probably
think
did.
you did. I think you did. You're like Cody Rhodes. You probably cried because Cody's always crying.
That's good.
Actually, it would be an awesome, maybe not if Tiffany attacked her in the hospital, but Tiffany should show up at the hospital or visit Roxanne and be like, don't you even think about not doing this match at Stand and Deliver.
I want that payoff.
Yeah.
You're faking it so you don't have to face me. Oh my God, I would love that.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, not even in the parking lot, just regular match, took it out of her. Kelvin Alexander, $5 saying maybe the guy Kiana is creeping with is Fallon's dad.
Have we met Fallon's dad?
Why would we do that? Big dad energy.
Jiro J saying the trick is to never drink water so your body doesn't get used to having it.
Agreed.
Dehydration. I like it.
But no, Roxanne looked good in this victory. This was a good match. I think.
I like the match.
In fact, if anything, tonight just started and ended so hot. It was tough for all those middle matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it definitely was. And I like the main event very much, and I like the opening match, and I like some of the angles that they ran on the show. I
like the HBK and Grayson Waller's like
that was a really good
Instagram chat. Shout out to the Instagram chat. Always top tier comments on there.
Yeah.
Sergio saying I think Stand and Deliver needs to be changing the guard for NXT, new champs all around. Well,
they did bring up that Braun, and I didn't know this. Braun Breaker is like the third longest reigning champion in NXT history. I didn't know that.
I imagined that because it felt like he's had this title freaking forever.
Well, hey, remember Dolph Ziggler's title run?
Yeah, he won it back last year at the Raw after Mania, and he's had it ever since. I think Stand and Deliver needs to happen in a different city. I think they will sell better if they go to a different city with it.
Well, I mean, downtown LA and Inglewood are.
Yeah, complete different cities. Agreed, but you know what I mean. Like
they could have gone to Seattle. I mean, it's on the West Coast. Seattle's not too far away. I think if they go to Seattle and do a small building, Seattle's a great wrestling city. That could be a good idea.
Yeah. So there you have it, folks. NXT Roadblock is in the books.
Yay!
What a good pay-per-view.
It wasn't a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was free. Free television.
Premium live event.
Yes. So tomorrow night, AEW Dynamite. Tune in the meantime. Follow Alfred on Twitter.
The fallout from Revolution.
Do we get the kid on Dynamite?
Oh my God, probably.
They should.
Why?
That's how you know it's a work if that kid shows up on Dynamite.
Alfred's at This Is Nasty. Issa's in NYC Demon Diva. That's Diva with the 1. I'm at Glenn Rubenstein. We will catch you back here next time on the Wrestling Inc. podcast. Take care.